What's going on, guys? Back at you guys with a part two. This is guys who gave up on themselves part two. And in this presentation here, I just want to talk about dudes who gave up on themselves in just a little bit more. Might make a part three to this if I feel like it. But I felt this would be a good topic to make a part two on. Dudes who gave up on themselves, these are the dudes who was never desired to begin with. See, a lot of guys don't understand that there are certain dudes who were never sought after to begin with. They never been wanted. I try to get that through people's heads because I know a lot of people don't understand dudes who've never been wanted. See, a lot of these dudes that gave up on themselves, a lot of these dudes that just threw in the towel, these are guys who never been sought after. These are the dudes who never been sex symbols. They never been LL Cool J type of men. They never been that type of dude. So what a lot of people don't understand is that you can't become something you never been. And I notice people like making up stuff. They like telling these dudes just, oh, you gotta self-improve. You can't improve something that never was. How can you improve on something that never was? It's kind of like if you never had the ability to sing. You can't improve or cultivate on something that you never had. See, if you ain't never been a sex symbol, you never been a dude that females like in your formative years, you cannot expound on that. So all of this making up lies, telling dudes you gotta lose weight, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. People just be pulling stuff out of their behind. They just be pulling stuff out of their behind, making up stuff. And I notice people love making up stuff. Especially, they love making up lies for dudes who are not desired by females. They love making up lies. I'm gonna just pull some lies out of my behind to tell these dudes because I know it's no hope for them. Like, get out of here. Like, please. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, guys who gave up on themselves, they had no other alternative. If you a dude who's never been desired, been rejected all your life, what other alternative is there for you as a man? Give up on yourself. So, guys who gave up on themselves, it's for good reason. Like, dudes who just threw in the towel. Like, there are some guys who know where they stand, like me. I would never get on a Pop the Balloon show because I'm pretty sure no female would choose me, no way. See, it's all about knowing where you stand as a man. See, I know where I stand. It's kind of like if you know you don't have what it takes to win, why play the game? Why play the game? So, guys who gave up on themselves, these men don't need to be crapped on. What other alternative did they have? If you a dude that's not cut out for the mating game, if you a dude that ain't never been wanted, it's no hope for guys like that. And just imagine and women are very perceptive. Women know the men who are desired, and they know the men who ain't. So, and I had to learn that myself. Like, people are more perceptive than you think they are. So if you've never been a desirable guy to women, it's over. So I would never bash a dude for giving up on himself. I understand why some dudes give up on themselves and throw in the towel. Because they know there's no hope for them. I don't blame a dude for giving up on himself. Do you guys blame guys who gave up on themselves? I don't. Because these are the dudes who were never chosen to begin with. They never been wanted. So you got to think to yourself, if you're a guy who's never been wanted, that's why, people like just making up stuff and just talking about dudes who not desired, gotta self-improve, they gotta work on themselves. You cannot expound on something that never was. If you never was a sex symbol, it's nothing you can do. If you never been a guy that females even like, it's over for you. So I don't blame guys who gave up on themselves. And I know people we live in a world that believe in shaming men. See, that's the problem. This sick, sadistic society believe in shaming men. But I mean, I look at it like this: if you never been wanted to begin with, it's a done deal. It's over. You know, like it's completely over. You know, and people gonna forever come up with lies to tell guys who are not desired by females. They gonna forever come up with lies to tell these dudes, because people like lies. You know, we live in a society where people love lies. People love what sounds good. They love lies. Men and women alike, they love lies. But I'm just here to set the record straight and say, like, I don't blame guys who gave up on themselves. Guys who gave up on themselves, those are guys who were never chosen to begin with. They never been desired. They never been wanted. And like I stated in Guys Who Gave Up on Themselves Part 1, I gave up on myself as a teenager. I've been thrown in the towel. I've been accepted defeat. And there's nothing wrong with a man accepting defeat, especially if he's never been desired, especially if he's never been a sex symbol. So, you know, but see, a lot of people believe that as a man, you should never give up on yourself. Sometimes you gotta give up, because sometimes there is no hope. And I understand people are gonna forever come up with lies to tell guys who are in these types of positions. They're gonna forever come up with BS to pull out of their behind. Oh, you gotta work on yourself. You gotta do this, you gotta do that. Because people just love lies. They just love lies. They know that these guys who never been desired are screwed. They know that. They know they screwed. But see, we live in a society where people believe in false hope. They believe in gassing people up and telling folks they got a shot when they don't. You know? Because you got to look at your history. If you never been desired to begin with, it's over. You ain't never been a Usher, a Chris Brown type of dude, so it's over. I never been a sex symbol. I never been, you know, if you never been a sex symbol, how you gonna get a woman that like you or wanna invest in you? You're not going to unless you're rich. So dudes who never been desired, it's over, you know? See, a lot of people believe that as a man, you gotta always believe in yourself. Why would you believe in yourself when you don't have no reason to, when you ain't never been wanted? See, one thing about me as a man, I don't have no pride and dignity as a man. I just don't care. See, you got some men, they just don't want to accept defeat. But I don't have no shame in you know, for these dudes who gave up. The guys who gave up, these are the guys who never had a shot. These are the guys who never had a chance. And they knew they never had a chance. That's why they gave up. So I know people want to shame these men. You know, I know people want to shame these men because these are the guys that gave up. But hey, if you a dude who's never been sought after, you never had a shot to begin with, I mean, it is what it is. And a lot of these dudes who gave up on themselves, these are the guys who never had a shot. I never had a shot. You know, I never was a pretty boy type of dude. You know, I ain't never been that dude. I ain't never been no sexy dude to women. So if you never been a sexy dude to women, it's over. You just have to take your L and just accept you a failure, you know? And I just want to get some clarity here to get people to understand that you cannot cultivate something that never was. How you gonna be great when you never been great? How you gonna be a winner when you never been a winner? That's what I wanna know. You know, because see, people like shaming these types of guys and attacking these types of dudes who never been sought after by women. But it's like, if you never been desired to begin with, from the time you was an adolescent, I mean, there's no hope for you. There's no hope. So, you know, the guys that gave up on themselves, those are the guys that had common sense. Those are the guys that knew that it was over. They analyzed their situation, they knew their situation, and they just accepted that it's over, you know? And it's nothing wrong. I mean, because see, a lot of guys, the problem with a lot of dudes, they don't want to accept reality. See, that's the problem with a lot of dudes. They don't want to accept reality. See, I knew from the time I was a teen, and a lot of guys, if you knew from the time you was a teen that it was over, Put a thumbs up in the comments of this video. If you knew from the time you was an adolescent that things was not gonna shake up for you as far as your love life. Put a put a thumbs up in the comments of this video if you just knew things wasn't gonna shake up for you. Because I know I'm not the only one who knew things wasn't gonna shake up. So, but I know that, this presentation is not gonna stop dudes from attacking guys. Because see, we live in a world where people just like attacking folks. And they like pulling lies out of their behind because they don't have nothing better to do with their time. And I understand that, but giving false hope to people that you know don't have any is a waste of time and energy. But on that note, I'm gonna say this. I understand why guys gave up on themselves. The guys that gave up on themselves, they knew that they didn't have a shot. They had common sense. But on that note, I'm gonna sign out. Have a good Wednesday.